Hey there, today we are reading John 2 verses 13. And I'm actually going to go through 25. This is the passage where Jesus cleanses the temple. And I kind of can relate to his emotion a little bit. I don't know about you, in our uncertain times right now, we do certainly feel out of control. I know I returned to my house a few days ago and I found just piles of things all over the place. With all my kids home, I know all your kids are home. I feel a little, at times, exasperated, maybe a little disrespected. Piles of this, that, and the other. Feel out of control and feeling like the normal use of the home has changed. And I have to adjust and so forth. And I imagine this is a little bit of what Jesus feels when he enters into the temple during the Passover time. You see, the temple of God has been where God has dwelt, and that's where the Ark of the Covenant has been. It's been a place of worship and prayer, a place to find forgiveness of sins. It's a holy place. And he enters the temple and finds that it has been turned, as the message Bible has said, into a shopping mall, a place to make money. And Jesus claims it as hypocrisy. So I'm looking at this, and he goes in and he drives them out of the temple. They have money changers. They're selling oxen, sheep, and pigeon. And he overturns those tables. He told those who sold the pigeons, "Take those things away. Do not make my Father's house a house of trade." And his disciples remembered that it is written, "Zeal for your house will consume me." And you can actually find that in Psalm 69:9. And so the Jews said to him, "What sign do you show us for doing these things?" They're sort of pointing to Jesus and pointing at him, thinking that the focus will be on him, not on them. They feel exposed. Jesus answered them, "Destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will rise it up." So he is now making one of those shifts, not from the actual literal temple that he is standing in, but to the essence of the new temple, which would be himself. And Jesus said, "Well, what are you saying? The Jews said, "Well, it has taken us 46 years to build this temple, and you will raise it up in 3 days." But Jesus was speaking about the temple of his body. When therefore he is raised from the dead, his disciples remembered that he had said this, and they believed the scripture and the words that Jesus had spoken. Because this shift from being the place, the temple of forgiveness, now Jesus' death and resurrection creates this, the new covenant where forgiveness is no longer achieved through the sacrifice of animals, but the true sacrifice of Jesus Christ and his resurrection. And it goes on to verse 23. When he was in Jerusalem at the Passover feast, many believed in his name, and they saw the signs that he was doing. And so, as we said in the beginning of this journey through John, that we will see different miraculous signs, and these miraculous signs will point to Jesus as Messiah. This is part of that journey. And so, will we look to Jesus? Will we look to him for our forgiveness? Not look to doing duty or tasks to earn our salvation, but will we look to Jesus, the one who gave up his life, who became the new temple? Will we look to him today? I hope we are. We're going to go into John 3 next. If you'll read John 3, verses 1 through 21, we'll talk about what it looks like to be born again. And then the most favorite scripture, John 3:16, will be part of our next reading. And so I hope you really embrace our Jesus, the new temple. And I pray that we would be authentic in our belief and that we would be honest with our God today. I'm thankful for you, and I'm thankful for this time together.